Hello, my name is Akin Zhang, and my student ID is 101462287. This is my Comp 3122 assignment 2. So to start off, we import numpy as np, and then we create our dummy data using numpy.random.randint. So here we go from 0 to 1, and we're creating 30 rows. So the playable criteria will be whether there's no cold weather, so a 0 generated here, no bad weather, a 0 generated as well, and the courts are not occupied. So all three of them have to be 0. If we add up all their indices and they're greater than 0, that means at least one of the impeding factors are present. So it will not be playable. Otherwise, it is playable. Next, we'll add these labels by using pandas.dataframe. So here we add the cold, bad weather, occupied, and playable label to the respective array. If we take a look at the dataset, we can see it looks like this. Next, we'll separate these arrays using the iloc function. So we're going to take the dataset, and we want all the rows, but only columns from 0 to 3. So this will make up our x. So our determining factors. And then y, which is just the playable column, will determine our answer. And it will take every row as well. Next, we'll get train test split from sklearn. And we're going to separate it into our training data and testing data. Of course, x and y being the factors and the answers, or the input and the output. Random state to ensure reproducibility, and a test size of 30%. Next, we'll begin with our decision tree classifier. So we'll initialize it, and we'll train it using the fit function. If we take a look at the output, we can see that only the second one had a playable condition. So no cold weather, no bad weather, and no occupied. And as such, it has predicted it accordingly. So you can see that the prediction data was the same as the test data, or at least they line up. So we'll try it with 3 new sets of data. So here we have one playable condition, and the other 2 are not playable. So we'll add our data set here. So each of the indices represent a data set. So the first one will be 0, 0, 0, the other one will be 0, 0, 1, and the other one will be 1, 0, 1. If we take a look at the predictions, we get yes, no, and no, which is what we want. So we also have the plot of the decision tree. We will turn the labels into columns, and we'll just get the ones that are in our input. So this is the size, decision tree, and a few stylistic choices. So here you can see how the decision tree works through the data, and at the very end, we only have around 9.5% of playable conditions. If we take a look at assignment B, here we're going to read the data set provided to us by Ethan and take a look at the head. We'll do the same thing by separating the data set into 2 parts, our input and our output. So this goes up to the 12th column, and our 13th column is whether this person has COVID-19 or not. Then we'll import train test split, split up the training data and the testing data, the input and our output, random state, and a test size of 30%. We will declare another decision tree classifier, train it with the fit function, and then take a look at the predictions. And at the very end, we'll use sklearn with the accuracy score to determine how accurate our model was. And we can see it was 97.8% accurate. I'm Akin Zhang, and this has been my Comp 3122 Assignment 2.